Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
He has time. He's got him. Side touch is there. Leaping grab. Touchdown. Touchdown.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Colin and Rob in the Morning. How you boys doing?
Awesome.
Great.
Fantastic.
I was late to my
Since
seat.
JB's so excited, you might as well be the one to announce it.
Go ahead, JB.
And this morning, about 9:30 a.m., Brad Holmes made a deal and got the deal done for Za'Darius Smith. And if you look at what they gave up, and they gave 2 picks and got 1 back. So they didn't just get the player; they traded a 5th and a 7th and got a 6th back. So that's not a bad trade. And Browns are eating $11.5 million of his salary, so it only cost the Lions $605,000.
For a guy being a one-trick pony, he sure knows how to fuck people around. I swear to God.
This is, you know what this is equivalent to? And I'm not saying it'll be that type of success for us, but it's the equivalent of the Steelers paying Russell $1 million while the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks pay him $51 combined.
It's exactly like
I mean, it's not quite as good, but it's definitely in the same ballpark.
I'm just saying it's in that same ballpark. And the only reason why I know that Za'Darius Smith is a liability in the run game, so he will be a pass rush specialist. He will be added to the rotation of that room. The only way it's going to truly help us is to get another guy that's a bona fide defensive end that does a little of both. And I like both rumors that I'm hearing talking, and it's coming from people that I trust in Allen Park, they're talking to the Saints about Curtis Granderson, a guy that has 23.5 sacks in his career. He had 8.5 last year. He's got 3.5 so far this year on a bad team. And then, or Azeez Ojulari, who, while Kayvon Thibodeau has been hurt, doesn't look like they missed a beat without him because he's got 5.5 sacks.
Yeah. Well, you guys are making moves. No, you're not.
Yeah.
I expect you to do something.
Is this not the types of moves I said we'd do? Second and third tier moves? We weren't going to go out and get a Max Crosby. We weren't going to go out and get a Myles Garrett. Those were pipe dreams. Now, if with James Houston having 4 hurries versus Love last week, maybe we can fleece Jerry Jones for a 2nd-round pick.
I mean,
you remember our first down chain mover that we traded after we got Megatron? He gave us a haul for him, 2 first-rounders and a 5th. So it wouldn't be unlike Jerry Jones to trade for a washed-up guy. Oh, wait, he did. He traded for Mingo for a 4th-rounder today.
Well, Green Bay's also got a little bit of news. Granted, it's still rumor, but apparently they're making a hard push for the Giants linebacker Azeez Ojulari.
Yeah, right now, according to New York media, the Lions are the favorite still until something happens. We don't know where he's going.
Yeah.
And I'm just going by what I read in New York media.
Packers
I'm not
gonna
going.
hey, you could have Smith. We'll scoop in and snatch him off you. Don't worry, man.
Yeah, you probably can because you got this year's 3rd-round pick. We don't. We would have to trade him a 20
See.
And rumor is they
There
do
was
want
a
a third.
catch.
at least a 3rd round pick for him. So there's a chance somebody can swoop him. But
I
now,
would love to see someone paired up with Cooper.
Oh, we've got my favorite
What's going on, fellas?
fan.
What's going on?
Jamez there, Dom.
Who
My
that?
buddy
Who that?
Jamez.
The Falcons fan. What's going on, bro?
Oh, what's up, man? Oh no, I just couldn't read it. Your name.
Hey, tell
I
me
was going to
what.
say, you can't blame Dom. We both went to Fulton High School. They don't teach us how to read too well over there.
Mm-mm. We illiterate over there.
How about you
Oh,
miss Kirk? Tell him how you miss Kirk.
Tell me. I want to hear
How I
this.
miss Kirk?
Yeah.
Hey,
He loves Kirk.
Hey, like I said, Kirk's doing his thing, and every week except for week 14, I'm gonna be rooting for his ass. But hey, shit. Hey, every week besides week 14, when he comes up here, I'm gonna be at that game.
Hey, I don't expect no less though.
Yeah, but hey, I've always y'all know me, man. I've always felt about
Frank.
Kirk. Even when the rest of the fucking everybody around here was dragging him through the mud, I never jumped on that. I'm here to talk about the Sam Darnold show. To be honest,
hey, I want to say something else though. Raise
What's
your
up, bro?
hand if your team won this weekend.
Shut up.
Yeah.
All right. How about this?
okay.
There you
The
go.
winners
How you
here.
do, Rob?
So I also have another announcement that I'm doing on my channel on that NFL Roundtable Talk I do on Wednesday night. I have a community post on my channel. If you go in there and put in your picks each week and you sub to the channel, at the end of the month, I will add up everybody's wins from the pick'ems from every game on the schedule. Whoever wins, regardless of team, gets a custom jersey made.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to get in on that.
When are you starting this? Or you already did?
It starts this week on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, I'm getting in on that.
All right,
Yep.
bro.
So there's a community post on my YouTube channel. Just go to it and type out your picks for the games.
You should post your link in here, Jeremy, so
Where?
everybody.
Yeah, I got you. Just a second.
That's not nice, Sarah.
What's Sarah say?
Glad Kirk's
Oh,
posted.
Sarah's good.
Man, God damn, Sarah.
Don't like
That's
Sarah.
that was
Sarah don't like
actually kind of
Sarah. I know
disrespectful.
that.
That is disrespectful.
Man,
Fair.
you know what I think it is? She's tired. She got tired of them first round exits in the playoffs.
He sure did.
I mean, I would too, so.
We only got booted in the first round one time, man. That was with the 31st ranked. Goddamn, that's how Danny Dimes got paid.
I was going to say you did a great job of making sure Danny Dimes looked like a real quarterback for a game.
He did catch a body on Drew Brees though. He did go to New Orleans and knock him off with us.
Man, speaking of Dak, did you guys see that? There was a new guy was saying that Dak Prescott played the white Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
He couldn't be
Yeah.
so now he's going to be compared to Danny Dimes.
Yeah,
Oh,
and they said they was calling Dak. They said that motherfucker the black Kirk Cousins. That's why Amari Cooper got traded. They say he called Dak the black
Oh my
Kirk Cousins.
God,
Dak
that
tried to
shit
come
was
across
so
the table and choke him, man.
Well, that's gold right there.
So there is the link to my channel going to everywhere
go.
we're going live except for Twitter. So if you click on that, it'll take you to my channel. Go to community. You'll see the post and put your picks in there in the comments.
Awesome. See, that's going
Okay,
to help
bet.
Jeremy right there. You're going to get a lot of play off that.
Jeremy B, how you feeling about this Z Smith trade, man? I like the capital move. I like the capital giving up, but how you
I
feeling
like
about
the
him as a
capital
player?
given up. I like the fact that the Browns ate $11.5 million of his salary, and we're only paying him $605,000 for the rest of the year. He's a good pass rusher. He's great as a rotational pass rusher. I know he's a liability in the run game. You know he takes games off. It happens. Almost every player that's average at that position that does that type of thing takes games off. But at the same time, he's more talented than every pass rusher we have on the roster that's healthy. So it's going to help. That's why we're still in talks with the Giants. We're still in talks with the Saints. With the Giants, it's for Azeez Ojulari. And right now, according to New York reporters, we're the favorites in that media room to get him. And we also started talking with the Saints to get Curtis Granderson as the last linebacker there. So if we get either one of those, so you don't have to depend on Smith to be that every down guy, it'll help a lot. Because then he doesn't.
And we still got about a good 6 hours here.
Sarah's right though.
Can I tell you?
I'm
And I don't want to be the one to shit on this, but can I tell you how? If history serves correct, can I tell you? Can I tell you how I see this playing out? The narrative that I see how this is. I can see in the next 2 to 3 games, 2, 3, 4 games, Z Smith's gonna show out. He's gonna do his thing. He's gonna make you feel like Aiden Hutchinson is not even gone. But after that, after those 3, after I give it 1 month, man, I'll give it 1 month. And you better watch him in the locker room. Dan Campbell better check him as soon as he gets off the plane. The motherfucker, he said he left the Vikings because in his contract it said that he had to play the majority of the games to get paid. That was the reason he left. He told it, and in Green Bay he lied and said that Matt LaFleur didn't care about his injury when the reports from the medical doctor for 2 months straight said he was okay to play. All I'm trying to say is
I thought that was Davenport because he actually did play a couple of games late in the season for you all. It was Davenport that stayed out the entire time.
And they like that guy. This guy, he seems like a finesse player to me, bro. He got 10 sacks in his season with the Vikings, but 9 of them came in the first half of the season.
And he got a half a sack at the end of the season. He got a half a sack. I know.
Half a sack.
That being said,
yeah, it's a good move though.
While he's learning the defensive playbook, he may not even play this week. Is the thing. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just getting here, getting his feet wet, getting comfortable with the players. If he doesn't look like he's right, we're one of those teams that'll sit a guy and make him a healthy scratch. You've seen us do it lots of times.
I have.
I was going to say, I mean, what's he costing you guys? It's not a lot, right?
Not at all. 5th round pick, $600K.
You can walk away if he fucking becomes a bust.
It's a better trade than that, though, Jamez. We gave up a 5th and a 7th, and they gave us back a 6th in Smith.
Okay. Hey, if I was Dan Campbell, I'd milk him to the playoffs, bro. I'd only have him play one every other game or something. I'd milk him.
Right? Right? Save him for those specialty games.
Hey, if he just makes a couple key sacks in the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, the one thing you got to watch out about, Jeremy, when running backs run his way, they typically go yard per average carry. They go crazy.
How many sacks?
But we've got run stuffers. You know what I'm saying? We got the run stuffing.
The run defense is there.
Never gonna stop the run, bro.
The run defense is there though for pretty much every North team, damn near. But yeah, he's they're still top of the line. So yeah, they'll be able to fill in for that. But yeah, he's a nice complimentary piece for what y'all got him for sure.
She's like, but we won't even see him.
But at the same time, if you look when we played y'all, 92 yards for Aaron Jones. When we played Josh Jacobs, 92 yards for Josh Jacobs. We do not give up 100 yards to a running back.
Yeah, y'all haven't given up 100 yards in damn near a year and a half?
2 seasons almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only 100-yard rusher we had was Lamar Jackson. It was not a running back.
That motherfucker gets 100 yards on damn near everybody.
Right.
You can't stop it.
But no, hell yeah, man. So the NFC is live and legit. It's rolling, bro. I'm talking about, and the Packers ain't got nothing to look down, bro. But they motherfuckers 6-3, man. They fix a few kinks. Every team in the North right now is a few plays of damn near away from being undefeated, bro. You got to look at. I'm not bullshitting. This is the toughest shit got going on right now. I wish the Kansas City Chiefs had to face some shit like this around here.
Right.
But I'm saying, it's live.
Vince closed last night. Fucking Baker. Why didn't they go for 2?
I told you I had that feeling, but everybody acting like I was crazy to even pick him. He almost pulled off that miracle.
Yeah,
they should have went for 2. They should have just went for that goddamn 2.
If you
Kirk Cousins got the South in they in the fucking driver's seat, bro. They got that going down.
Hey, here's the thing with Zadarius Smith. If you look at that contract, it looks like a 3-year contract. It was a futures contract. It's 2 void years. He's not past this year on the contract.
Okay.
So that's why I said you want to get a guy like Granderson that just got into his second contract at 27 years old. He's right dead center in the middle of it, where the guarantee.
Week 18, we won't even see him.
Sarah's right, bro. By next year, you guys are going to trade him over to the Bears. He's gonna
he gonna complete the cycle. Yeah.
What?
It's coming home party.
Agent.
Yeah, and by then he'll be talking shit about the Packers, Vikings, and Lions.
Everybody's done.
I get to face them all twice a year now.
Any word on the O-line with the Bears? Yeah, it still sucks.
It still sucks. The worst line in probably the NFC.
Carolina Panthers rivals them.
Man, it's pretty close, but I don't know.
It is. And the Giants isn't too far behind since Andrew Thomas is out for the season.
Yep.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh yeah.
Ooh-wee.
And what sucks is before he went down, they were kind of starting to gel a little bit.
And if you actually look, he's actually not having a bad season as a quarterback, Daniel Jones, if you look at his numbers. He's got better numbers overall than that overpaid guy in Jacksonville again.
Yeah. Well, he's
Yeah.
had better numbers than him most of his career.
Yeah,
That's
that's terrible.
Yeah, that roster is not yeah,
Mm.
the roster that roster is not on the up and up, bro.
So I said, you know, with adding him, because James Houston is a one-trick pony too. He's a liability in the run game. He was a great pass rusher his rookie year, but ever since he broke his ankle and came back, he doesn't have that. And at 6'1" and 240 pounds, he does more of a bull rush now. As we saw, he was lucky he was going up against a backup left tackle. That's what I saw.
Yeah.
Do you guys disagree with that assessment
No,
on Houston?
I don't.
So Lions should trade for Daniel Jones. No, thank you.
I Trevor Daniel Jones. What the backup?
We got
Oh,
the guy
Lord.
that's competing for an MVP right now. We ain't getting rid of him.
Hell no.
Yeah.
I
I'll
mean,
give it-
Yeah.
When you
the
got
Chiefs
more
getting away,
offensive-
it's unbelievable. That motherfucker started that offensive tackle started to play. Darren, he started that play a whole fucking second and a half early, bro. How do you
ridiculous.
miss that?
How do they not call this shit? I mean, bro, that's not a.
They could have.
He did it twice in the last Super Bowl.
on Darnold.
Mhm.
I know, but I'm talking about the Darnold in the end zone, bro. That shit was fucking flagrant. That shit was
Oh
right
my
there.
god.
Everybody saw it, bro.
The
I
ref
don't
said he's
understand why
right
the
there.
NFL is letting this shit go down.
A-Dub,
It's
I've
like-
said
yeah.
that. I've said that all along. And now that he's only making $41 million, Daniel Jones looks like a steal compared to Trevor Lawrence.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that shit. That Jackson, yeah, we play them next. I'm hoping we mollywop their ass.
I'm picking you to. I hope
should.
it ain't the kiss of
It
death.
better happen.
Yeah, even on the road, we better win that.
Your coach
I
gonna
want-
get fired if you lose to them.
Yeah, because Doug
Oh,
Peterson's on the
I'm
hot
gonna have a
seat.
problem if it's close.
Luce is on the hot seat. We all know McCarthy, even though Jerry Jones doesn't say it, he's on
you
the
say-
hot seat.
Did you say Phil? I mean, Everfuse is on. Everfuse
Yeah.
is on the hot seat.
Ever loses on the hot seat.
Some people
gonna-
compared
DJ
it to
Moore-
Phil Jackson. I don't see it, but some people.
He better
compared it to Phil
fire
Jackson.
that defensive coordinator. To save
DJ
his own
Moore
ass.
walked off the field in the middle of a play. Keenan Allen's bitching at everybody.
DJ Moore will be
But-
suspended the next game if that was me, without pay. I'll be suspending his ass the next game or two for without pay.
Oh, look at this. We got Timu Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Is that
I
Mr.
put
Las
the-
Vegas Raiders?
Where you at?
Where'd he go?
I
There you
clicked
go.
him in and then you clicked him out.
What's up, Joe?
Oh, we
Hey,
do that shit
Joe
all the time.
Rogan.
We actually do that shit all the time.
So what moves have the Raiders made?
None so far that I've seen.
And that's what I thought. You know, because Lions fans that don't pay attention to what Mark Davis sent out as
Come
an
on.
email to 31 GMs and owners
Yeah,
across
man,
the
they're
league.
not letting Crosby go nowhere, man.
They're expecting.
They-
They're still
they're still
expecting
going,
Crosby to
"Oh,
get traded.
Send them to first, James Houston and Hooker
You
and
are
Dick
dumb.
Crosby.
You would have
It's
to give
like,
up your whole draft capital and some players to get that guy, man.
It would be a Herschel.
Joe,
Yeah,
Walker.
so true.
Joe said he'll talk if you got 3 first rounders. He'll
Yeah, three
talk
first
if you got
rounders, a
3
couple
first
Three.
rounders.
and shit.
He said
I
3.
said 2 in a
Hey,
player.
Sarah, something I predicted at the beginning of the season. I know who's not coaching the Raiders. Offensive coordinator Luke Getsy.
Actually, yeah, that is one move we made. We fired Luke Getsy's punk ass.
But I told
they
Joe,
canned
when
his
you were
ass.
talking about him before the season, I said, watch, he'll be gone by midseason. I
Don't
told
worry.
you that.
Honestly, I think they should have
Don't worry.
kept him.
Luke Getsy's
I
going to be
think they
out
should have kept him because now
here in about
now
a
they're
week.
going to fuck around and win a couple more games that they shouldn't win. Like, you know, if we're going to I see, that's the thing that pisses me off about the Raiders is that we can't even fucking tank properly, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Properly.
We can't
Totally
even tank
true.
properly.
I didn't know there
like-
was a method to tanking.
We never
Yeah.
could.
Yeah, it's called
like
lose
it's
a lot.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like if you got an offensive coordinator that's averaging you fucking 10 points a game, you keep him in there. Like instead we fire him, and now it's like we're gonna win 2 or 3 extra games, and we're gonna end up with the 12th or the 10th draft pick instead of the fucking 2nd draft pick. Like
And here's a quiet move I hope the Lions do, because it's a guy I wanted in the draft last year. He's sitting on a practice squad. He's not getting playing time. Go get Andre Carter from the Minnesota Vikings. Because he's on the practice squad. Wouldn't even cost you a draft capital. You just pick
You're
it
welcome,
up.
bro.
Just take it, Esco.
You're welcome, man. You got my 50. I'll see you next time. I'll get it back. No worries.
He says, Joe, just lose the rest of your games. You'll be fine. Dude, that's what I'm saying. But it's like, I'm not the one in charge. Like, I'm not the tank driver. So
Joe's like, it's a no-brainer. I want to lose them all.
I want to lose them all at this point.
Sarah says it's not
Hey,
a
good
tank
morning,
if you
Joey.
suck organically. Just saying.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
funny, but if we had a quarterback that
True,
was
though.
even slightly
Fucking
better
true.
than Gardner Minshew, we would actually be a decent team.
I can't even.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
unfortunately, the van man's been huffing too much paint in the back of his van. Has lost you quite a bit of games.
Good
Yeah.
morning, Yoli. Who's in the back now?
Dom.
Dom again.
Yeah.
There he is. Dirty Dom, right back.
Yeah, what's up?
Hold on, fellas.
Why'd you guys have to make the Dallas Cowboys look so bitch made? Oh, that's why. They are bitch made.
Oh, amen. Yeah. Dak Prescott out and everything. They just need to call it a day in the season.
I heard Dak is on the IR with a swollen mangina.
Yeah, he did. He pulled it. He pulled it. It popped. I heard it.
He went to
Got
get some
tender
man packs.
nipples. Dak's on the IR with tender nipples.
And needing a fresh box of man packs.
See,
Oh, God.
he was like the dude in the fucking water boy just sitting there twirling them. They would have been fine, but he just let them get engorged.
So
Hey, what happened to Jameis? Where'd
let's
he
look
go?
at this trade for Jonathan
He's getting
Mingo.
back.
Let's talk about the statistics for this guy. In the league, he's 72nd in receiving yards, 71st in yards per route at a 3/4 of a yard, and 72nd in catch rate at 49.5%. The guy has more drops than receptions this year.
Jeez.
Who are we talking about?
Jonathan Mingo that the Cowboys just traded a 4th rounder for.
Dude,
Tom Brady's going to be your new GM.
I don't
Hey,
think he's going
it
to be
can't
the
get worse.
GM.
It couldn't be worse.
Bro,
No,
I'm
I
just
don't
saying.
think he's going to be the GM. He's part owner, and like from what Mark was saying, part of the whole reason that they sold a piece of the team to Brady is because they want him to come in and help them to pick their next quarterback and to try to help develop their next quarterback.
Dak's hoochie hurts.
Hey, but come on, dude! Like,
I was
you
gonna
don't
say,
think
that's
Brady?
not a
You don't
bad
think Brady
strategy.
can give them a hand with developing the next quarterback? Brady
No, he
seems
can.
to me like
He
he
can.
would be kind of a hands-on kind of owner, you know? Like if he's walking out there watching them practice or something and he sees some shit that he doesn't like from the quarterback, he seems like the kind of guy who'd be like, "Hey, dickface, don't do that." Like,
Oh,
see,
you got a
here
new
I thought he'd
offensive
take one of the
coordinator.
balls off the sideline and just beam the some bitch in the back of the head with it.
You got a new
Fucking
offensive assistant for the Raiders, according to Tom Pelissero. The Raiders have hired Norv Turner.
Whoa.
What?
I mean,
well, then the tank is back on, baby.
years ago, that would have been awesome.
That's it.
The
That's
tank
it.
is back
Sounds like
on.
the tank is back on, dude.
baby. Tank on, baby.
Oh, and his son Scott is actually the one being promoted to offensive coordinator.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's a Turner.
Nepotism. That's all it is. Nepotism.
Dude,
I was gonna
see,
say,
here I
that's what
thought
this league is
here I
built
thought they
off
were
of.
going to
Come
go get
on.
like a halfway
Nepotism,
competent
bro.
fucking.
I did say prior to this game on Friday, I said, I hope you guys don't start Love because of the groin injury. And, it did look like he aggravated it a little bit. That's why Malik Willis started that first drive in the second half, and he went 3 and out, and they were like, fuck this shit. And brought Love back in. But at the same time, I hope he can get healthy before you guys go into Chicago. You guys play at Chicago next, right?
Yep.
I hope he can get healthy until then, because the one thing the Bears have been doing is they've been holding down mobile QBs and stopping the run game. So if you look at that That doesn't bode well if you can't have Love to start that game.
Yeah, but Jacobs ain't even 100%, so I don't even know what kind of run game we can put out right now. I mean, Jacobs looked physical. He was limping in your game. Yeah, I mean,
That last hit on the goal line when he couldn't get in
yeah,
from that
he had
1 yard.
Yeah, he had nothing.
That was when you saw him walk off, and I was like, yeah, he's not coming back in, is all I said in my mind. And I'm one of the few Lions fans, I'm going to say right now, as soon as I saw the hit from Branch, watching it here at home, I said, he's getting ejected.
Yep.
As soon as I saw the hit. And it is not a targeting rule in the NFL, but they did say helmet-to-helmet contact can and will cause an ejection in a game eventually. We've seen it, twice last year? In the first year they did it was 2 years ago we saw one, right?
Yeah, but you're supposed to get a 15-yard penalty and a warning, and then if you do it again, you're supposed to be ejected.
It was from the way that he did it is why
It was because
It was
he had 2
intentional.
steps. There was 2 steps. The ball was already past the receiver. The guy's falling down, and he lowered his head and shoulder into his helmet.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not
So-
saying it wasn't like an intentional or egregious. Like he was headhunting. I get it, but I don't know. I think he
Oh.
should have got a warning.
100% Moonscar. He had time to pull up. If he'd have
That's why
just
they
stayed
said it
upright,
was a flagrant.
if he'd have just stayed upright, it'd have been his knee, and there wouldn't have been a penalty.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm getting at.
he could have just ran through him because he was already getting tackled anyway. The other guy was hitting him too. I mean, he was
Yeah.
going down.
I just hope, we've seen it many times where a team goes into the bye week and it looks like they're getting healthier, nursing minor injuries, and they come out, and then those guys got to miss the next game. We saw it with Minnesota. We saw it with Dallas. It
Sarah's
happens, and
going
I'm
off
not
on the
saying
Bears.
it won't.
Look, man, if it means Love has to sit 2 weeks after the bye, I'm really good with it. I just want him to be healthy going into. I'm tired of seeing him out there doing this half-ass shit. It's not working.
Right.
They just need to fucking sit him down and make sure he's 100%.
And my God, take the penalty and throw the ball out of bounds instead of forward.
I'm
when you're
over
taking a
that
sack.
shit. If someone don't grab him by the face mask already, man.
Dude, you want to hear the worst part about it? If you go back and watch that play, if you look off to the left, Tucker Kraft is wide open with nobody in sight of him.
I know. It just passed where he threw it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he was being hit, and we've all said this: when a guy gets hit and they are moving backwards, all the momentum is off the football,
Yep.
and you could tell by the trajectory that it wasn't tipped, but it wasn't thrown well.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he could have got it to Kraft anyways while he was being hit. But
Just take the
Not-
fucking sack.
Yep.
either
Yeah.
take the sack or throw it out of bounds and take the loss of down penalty.
I'd rather take the sack because at least it's right there and you
Because,
don't lose 10 yards in down.
You know what that looked like? And I'm going to tell you right now, it was the pick 6 to Marlon Humphreys when he was with the Ravens that Goff threw while being sacked. Remember that? Because that's when the game got out of hand. Early, we each had a score, and then all of a sudden it was boom. It was over.
Hey, at least with this being Love's second season starting, hopefully this is a learning game for him, and he's learned, hey, I don't need to be the one putting my cape on all the time.
Right.
Wow.
I just hope
I
that
got
he's learned that.
I got the picture up of that news that I posted about the Raiders. I can't believe poor Scott Turner. He looks just like his fucking dad with a beard.
All right, Jeremy. I'm going to ask this because you're here and we're talking about it. And what about the guy rolling up on Love's leg and twisting his leg? What do you guys?
That was James Houston, and I don't know what he was thinking.
Yep.
It's not something we teach. You know what I'm saying? That's not
I
something we teach. That's something. You know who probably taught him that? Who was he coached by in college?
I get it. I'm
Coach
just saying.
Prime. Coach Prime.
Oh,
Look,
no shit.
Colorado does that shit all the time.
Yeah,
So
like
I think that's the way he was taught in college, and that's the only way he knows how to play because he didn't even get a full second season. This is technically his second season of playing.
I hope somebody showed him that and said, "Bro, this is not the thing to do. You just embarrassed.
100%.
You just embarrassed."
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I can almost bet that Dan Campbell's going to give him shit over it because he might be an intense guy, but he doesn't seem like a dirty guy.
No, I never would. I never thought that. I don't think that the Lions are a dirty organization. I think this is just
they got a couple. Yeah, they got a couple of players that like to fucking play outside the rule book.
I don't think that at all.
Bad
I just
apple.
wanted your take on what you thought about it because I honestly, there's no place in the game for that shit. There was no need for it. No need to hurt a guy that you're already kicking his ass. You know, I mean, what the fuck?
You guys did it 2 weeks ahead of the trade deadline by getting Cam Robinson, and that was a good move because we all know that I heard it referred to by a Vikings fan, Queerenberry is like a subway turnstile at rush hour.
Oh, Queensbury, yeah.
Yeah, Queensbury, Queensbury, whatever you want to call
it.
Losing Darius got hurt though.
Yeah, but hey,
I don't think Cam Robinson is going to come in and be like. I mean, he'll probably be better than the other guy, but I don't think he's going to be Darisaw, dude. Like losing Darisaw hurt.
But that was a big hole that they filled really quick.
Yep.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, it was
a good move. It was a good move because we've been talking about it. That the Jags had 3 offensive tackles that one of them was probably going to get traded, and you know, it seemed like it was just a matter of time before he went somewhere. And the Vikings got him.
And if you guys get Azeez Ojulari, great job. You got somebody opposite Cooper, but he also plays edge. So you got somebody so you don't have to put Van Ness out there to look bad as often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to Van Ness, man? Van Ness was like his rookie year. He looked really, really good. And now all of a sudden it's like not so good.
Yeah, he's massively up and down this year. Like he'll look real damn good for a few plays. And then he'll look fucking abysmal for other ones.
It's second.
He's got that full sophomore.
Hey, we get it. And I said the same thing with the Lions in 2022 when everybody was clowning us when we went on that bad losing streak. I said, dude, we did the stupidest thing ever. We drafted. Then 2 weeks after the draft, AG announced that he's switching from a 3-4 under to a 4-2-5.
We switched.
It took him all season to learn the 3-4 under in year one. To finally get to where the defense was playing halfway decent. And if you look, at the end of the year, they were playing halfway decent, except the secondary sucked. I mean, that's the God's honest truth.
Yeah. It just, I think he's just struggling.
It looked exactly the same because you got all young guys because you gutted all your vets off the roster and they're all learning a brand new scheme that they just got used to. And you drafted players that fit your old scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think Van Ness is going to be able to turn it around, but this year might just be a mulligan year for him.
It's a sophomore slump.
Well, I want him to learn a little. I hopefully by the end of the year we're seeing an improvement because if we don't, man, that's going to be a serious question.
Hey, how is Jack Campbell doing? Because I really wanted Jack Campbell for the Raiders. You guys ended up taking him in the first round, but like I like Jack Campbell. I thought to me, I said it before he got drafted. To me, he looks like he's going to be the next Brian Urlacher.
What are you talking about?
Jack Campbell, the linebacker for the Lions.
Oh, you're talking about JB Frozen?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know Jack Campbell.
Who'd you draft in your first round, JB?
It was the same year that they drafted Gibbs. They drafted Gibbs at 12, and then they drafted Jack Campbell at 18.
Oh, JB might be. There we go.
I was I got a chat from my publisher.
Okay,
so I gotta handle that.
Yeah,
I just think it's a sophomore slump with Van Ness, like I said, and kind of if you think about it, I said that is the type of injury.
All right. Well, we do have to talk about the Bears.
The Bears.
We need
Don't
to
forget to get out there and vote today. Don't forget to get out there and vote today.
Oh, yes, definitely do.
Oh, I already did mine.
Unless you're a Kamala soy boy, then stay home.
I voted for Kodos.
What's up, Isaac?
Isaac?
Yo, what up?
Hey,
what
look, we
up?
mentioned the Bears. Isaac's coming here to talk some
He
shit.
came in real quick. He was like, yo, I got some shit to say.
He posted
So-
that video on.
You want to hear
on-
something from the Bears? This is from the draft. I do have a recording.
Oh, there you go. JB, breaking news. Go ahead, take it away, JB.
Just waiting. Is it coming through or no?
Kinda.
Barely hear it.
Barely can hear it.
How about you just tell us what it's saying?
All I heard is
No.
Yeah, that'd be
It was
easier.
gonna be. It was getting to the point where the beat writer was gonna ask him to say "bear down," and he goes, "The Bears." I just love that recording. I love
I'm
that
laughing.
recording.
Herbert said, "Thank God," after being traded.
Oh yes, yes. And then
The
put a
dumpster
who
fire
day
there.
on it. And then,
Yup.
because the rumor is Thaddeus Moss is out for the season. That's why they made the move.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, but they
And-
still.
And that makes total sense. They still got Brown, but without
Look.
Thaddeus Moss, Brown doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey
No,
guys,
I'll get a
is,
coffee.
Yes,
Is
Sarah.
is Eberflus still Phil Jackson?
Right.
Uh,
Oh,
that-
shit.
why do you got to call him by his incorrect name? It's Everlose.
Ever
Everlose.
Eberflus.
Dude,
Well, I mean, the players are calling him out, man. DJ Moore's
Phil
walking off
Jackson.
the field.
Phil
Yeah.
Jackson.
Damn players walk off the field. Come on.
Bro,
All
that's
right,
what
He's got
to be
he's
fair-
about six
comparison to Phil
championships
Jackson.
short, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
One Bears podcaster said we should trade Keenan Allen right now, and I was like, for what? A snack size can of Pringles and a fountain pop?
Right?
Right.
That dude had one good game, and then he turned into Eddie Lacy on that diet.
Sarah, you're absolutely right. All I heard was blah blah blah. We still suck.
Yeah.
Did I not warn Ken last season when they took the basement over and the Lions handed him the keys? I said, don't forget that sump pump will fuck up and it'll turn it into a cesspool if you don't maintain it.
Hey, look,
It's true.
there's no excuses for the Bears too. You know what I mean? The polls stacked up on all these agents, all these players, and everything. You know, there's no excuse for where they're at right now. Other than, I mean, obviously coaching is an issue.
You can call for Flus's head, but Poles is the guy that fucking got all these guys that suck. Got him. I mean, they just extended DJ Moore. He's walking off the field off your brand new quarterback in the middle of a fucking play, bro.
I couldn't believe that shit. I don't think I've ever seen that my entire life.
Yeah, and then
No.
I've seen
and
him
then,
walk
you know,
off
there's
after
the rule.
plays.
Yep.
There's the rule that, you know what I mean, if you step out of bounds, that, you know what I mean, you can't go back on the field because if you catch it, it'll be a penalty. But at the same time, if you see how much room DJ Moore had
Bro,
to
he hit the
operate right
brakes,
there,
turn right.
He
He
didn't
hit
need
the
to go out of
brakes and
bounds.
turn right.
yeah, he could have literally hooked and stood right there in the pocket where between him and the safety, he would have
Yeah.
got an wide open ball. Instead,
Yeah.
he just darts to the sideline for whatever reason and walks out. It was like, dude, come on, bro.
maybe he just needed some
Situational
Gatorade.
awareness.
One Bears fan said Ryan Poles should stop drafting O linemen that play like him.
That's terrible.
They suspended Stevenson for talking trash during a play. What do you get for walking off the field in the middle of the play when your quarterback's
Apparently,
scrambling?
I also heard because of him getting suspended, he walked off of practice too.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Ah.
Well, no. He said that he wasn't going to be starting. So he's like, oh, okay. He walked off the field on practice. And then
He was
not only that, like, I think the most inept coaching of all time happened with Eberflus. How the hell do you pass it off or hand it off to a lineman when you have Swift, who's been, you know what I mean?
and Roshan Johnson.
Yeah, or Roshan Johnson.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. Like, what are you doing?
Yay,
You wanna
Yoli.
lose?
Enjoy your time.
Where in New York are you going? Because that's where I reside.
Ken will come hang with you. I just volunteered you, Ken. You're going.
No, they just re-signed Moore. They can't afford to trade him this year. That wouldn't make any sense. They have like, what is it? fourth or fifth most.
They literally
cap room
just
next
signed
year.
him, and he's walking off the field. I would be so fucking mad.
I know Keenan Allen did fine.
Look, if I were the Bears, I would take all my coin and talk to Vrabel. Be like, hey, Vrabel, I have all this coin. Come coach my team. You know what I mean?
They need an offensive coach bad. As much as I hate to say it, they
Vrabel.
got nobody teaching Williams how to be an NFL quarterback. He's still playing just like he did at USC. He holds
How much
the ball
money would
too
it
long.
take to go coach there? How much money would it take to go coach in Chicago?
Well, put it this way: if
A
Ben
lot.
Johnson turned down $14 million to go to Washington, who had the second pick overall, and he knows that Caleb Williams is nowhere near Goff, it's going to take $20 million to get him there.
Wow.
I'll just try to get an offensive coordinator. Get Vrabel and get an offensive coordinator. A lot of offensive coordinators are making a name for themselves in this league.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson for one. You know what I mean? It's called what's it called?
Ben Johnson got another raise this year. He's making $11 million as an offensive coordinator.
Fucking, that's
think
awesome.
Think about how much it's going to take to get him to be a head coach somewhere.
Yeah.
It's going to take one of those $16 to $20 million contracts.
Yeah.
Another good offensive coordinator is the guy from the Buccaneers. You know what I mean?
Oh,
He's been
yeah.
killing it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's offensive coordinators that are
Especially
making a
with
name
all
for
the injuries
themselves.
they got. They made that game competitive last night.
That was due to that defense. They got 4 sacks on Mahomes despite all the holding and false starts that didn't get called.
Come on,
Oh,
man.
man.
You got to give Baker some credit, man. That last drive, that was all them, bro. The wide receivers finally got involved in the game.
Browns are looking at Baker like motherfucker.
Oh shit, right?
No, nobody's giving Ben Johnson $65 million a year. Only the Pistons are that.
No, that's crazy.
That's because
I'm talking
that's because Tom Gores has his nose too much in the white powder.
I do think Ben though. He's probably leaving for greener pastures next year. He'll take a coaching job.
That's
That's
what happens. Especially if they win something. He's gonna
Mhm.
go for sure.
He'll be highly sought after for sure.
So
Yeah.
I have to get me another cup of coffee made. Thanks everybody for having me on. I just wanted to talk about that. Jonathan Mingo sucks, and the Panthers actually fleeced the Cowboys. Khalil Herbert got better by accident by going to a team that at least knows how to win over half their game. And the Lions get better because that's the most talented guy in the room. I'm not saying he's going to be on the field all the time, but right now that's our most talented pass rusher. That's the God's honest truth. I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm not beating around the bush. And hopefully they make him a team captain since one of our captains is on the IR shelf for the year. Because of maybe he'll just go, ooh, they love me here. I'll play.
I don't know if you want to make him a captain.
Oh shit!
I want to go that far.
You know what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
You make him feel
about not being a captain from us.
Yeah,
and crying
McNeil
for
be
not
like,
being a captain at the Vikings and crying that he's not a captain at the Browns.
oh yeah, true. But then McNeil will be like, "What the fuck? What am I, chopped liver over here?" It's offensive league. The list of Super Bowl winning coaches, what side of the ball they come from. Yeah, of course. I mean, it's become an offensive league, but what wins with Super Bowls? Defenses.
Yeah, but what he's saying is everybody that's won a Super Bowl outside of Bill Belichick, there's only been like 1 or 2 defensive coaches. The rest of them have been offensive coaches. Tom Coughlin was a defensive coach, and I think the other one that won, correct me if I'm wrong.
Harbaugh.
What's up, man?
No,
Yeah,
Harbaugh's John Harbaugh's offensive.
John Harbaugh is. I think he's a defensive coach. That's why he always had somebody running like Greg Roman running his offense.
No, he's an offensive coach.
No,
really?
He's a special teams coach.
Yeah, he started as special teams, but in college he was an offensive coordinator somewhere before he became a special teams coach in the NFL.
But look at the teams though that won the Super Bowl, right? Don't go by what they were ranked defensively during the season. Look what they're ranked in the postseason.
Oh,
when guys getting healthy. Every single one of them is either 1 or 2 defensively. You know what I mean? So it obviously shows defenses win Super Bowls. Like if
Oh,
you can stop the other
100%.
team, if you can stifle the other team's offense, you have a high chance of winning. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the one thing that the Lions didn't do well last year was stop teams in the red zone. What are they
Yeah.
doing this year? They're clamping down in the red zone. They don't give a shit about between the 20s. They're letting teams eat. Why?
Bend, don't break.
Bend, don't break. And that's what the 4-2-5 defense really is. But have a great day, guys, and I will be on shortly.
All right.
JB.
We'll see you, JB.
Good show.
Nah.
Cheers, JB.
Yeah.
So now we're halfway, a little, probably about halfway through the season. Do you think Bears fans are concerned about Caleb yet?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yes and no. You got some of them that are, and I think some of them still have the blinders on. I wouldn't even say blinders, more the wishful thinking.
They're blaming the coach, a lot of them. It's like mixed bag, really.
That Cardinals game is eye-opening. You mean it says all you got to say about the Bears. You know what I mean? They just straight up had no fight. You know, just no aggressiveness, no anything in that game. You know what I mean? Cardinals just walked all over them.
They've given up in the locker room. It's apparent. I've seen at least 4 different videos of people and other podcasters and players and everybody just talking about how it's Flus and there's problems in there and holy cow, bro.
Yeah, Flus might get canned. He might be the next coach that gets canned.
The Bears had to start the season. The Bears had a fucking squad, dude. Like,
yeah,
for them to be struggling the way they are is crazy.
Well, and this is where I say Poles was a genius. That's the way he kept Flus around. This is going to be the sacrificial lamb that keeps Poles here one more year. He's going to throw Flus on the log this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, man.
Oh yeah.
He's going to keep himself around one more year because he's going to say, "No, it wasn't me. I look at all the talent I put around this guy. It was the fucking coach. He couldn't coach. Throw him in the fire and get a new head coach, and then
let him burn."
I do think that the Bears, if they do fire Eberflus, they should hire an offensive coach, though, somebody that can groom quarterbacks. Like, they're not doing Caleb any favors right now.
I agree.
Yeah, and not somebody that's this up and coming wonder luck kid type of shit. Get somebody with a proven track record of it.
Mm-hmm.
Or just get like a good offensive coordinator.
Flash the eyes.
Just get a good offensive coordinator and push all your chips for Vrabel. You know what I mean? Vrabel's a really good coach. I don't even know why he's not coaching a team.
Yeah, but I don't know about him developing Caleb, though.
Oh, if you get a good offensive coordinator, you can. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's happening.
If I was the Bears, this dude's kind of under the radar, but I would look at Ken Dorsey, dude.
Yeah.
Like, Ken Dorsey, like, he helped Josh Allen to become what he is, and then he went over to Cleveland, and, I mean, Deshaun Watson's washed, but he's the offensive coordinator or something like that in Cleveland right now. Like, I think Ken Dorsey would be a good person to bring in to help Caleb.
Yeah. I mean, if you get a good offensive mind, you know what I mean? Just to develop.
See, the thing is he's a coordinator already, so they would have to offer him the head coaching job. In order to get him, I don't know if you want to give him the head coaching job, but offensive coordinator, like, you know.
Yeah, look at like Cliff Kingsbury. People were like kind of like, you know, he's whatever, you know what I mean? And then he comes in, and I know Jaden Daniels is already good, but look at how that offense is thriving under Cliff Carey's like air raid offense.
Oh,
you know,
shit.
it just what happened?
Dom's out here trying to box steer.
Oh, I thought you had like some breaking news or some shit.
But there's a reason for that, though. Like, Cliff Kingsbury didn't work in Arizona because Kyler Murray is too short, dude. He just can't really see over the line. Like, Jaden Daniels is tall enough. Like, he's running the same thing, but why is he successful with Daniels and he wasn't successful with Kyler? Like, to me, it's that Jaden Daniels can actually run the offense. Like, he can see over the linemen. He can, you know, he can see over the line. I'm not saying that to be a dick. Kyler Murray's like 5'10", dude. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You got NFL offensive linemen are 6'4", 6'5". Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like, you know, Drew Brees was as short as hell too. That guy could throw the ball. You know what I mean? But I mean, I'm not saying Kyler Murray's Drew Brees, but I mean, Kyler does have some talent.
So you're saying 5'8" quarterbacks won't make it in the league?
Unless they're Doug Flutie.
I was gonna say you crushed my NFL dreams. Damn it.
Drew Brees, perfect example. That guy had to tippy toe to see over his linemen because every single one of his linemen was like 6'4", 6'5". I mean, he's just like, you know.
But also, what was Drew Brees' greatest asset or his greatest attribute? Accuracy.
Yep.
I'll say the slant.
Accuracy, bro. Like it was his accuracy. Like how many seasons did he have? Like almost 70% completion percentage. And if you look at Jaden Daniels, what's his completion percentage right now?
Right.
Yeah. It's like I think Cliff Kingsbury's offense it depends on accuracy.
I think
Kyler, if you look at Kyler's career, if you look at Kyler Murray's career accuracy, like it's probably nowhere near that.
Yeah, nowhere near. I think Jaden Daniels. Oh, go ahead, Rob.
No, I was just saying, don't bash Ken's quarterback.
Hey, you leave Kyler Murray alone. This sumbitch is winning me games.
I just Jaden Daniels' best attribute is his athleticism. You know what I mean? Like it's not only his arm, his athleticism, him ability to get out of the pocket, ability to buy some time, make throws down the field, ability to run and get first downs. Like
we got
that's
the bye
what's
week,
killing offenses right now or defenses right now.
But see, there's a lot of quarterbacks that can do that. Yeah. And in my opinion, Jaden Daniels' greatest asset is his accuracy. Like he's able to do that even on the run. He's able to put the ball right where he needs to. And that's what separates him, I think, from the other athletic quarterbacks. Like that's why Lamar hasn't won a Super Bowl yet, in my opinion, because he can run and he can run out of the pocket and make throws. But if you watch his throws when he's on the run, they're never right where they need to be. They're always like the receiver makes the play on it. It's close enough for the receiver to get it, but it's not, they're not on the numbers, dude. Jaden Daniels is like putting them on the numbers, dude. Like,
what's crazy is like it just all it takes really is a quarterback, right? You know what I mean? Like, look at Stroud with the Texans. Look at now Jaden Daniels with the Commanders. Like both these, I mean, I know Texans had, they made some great draft picks. You know what I mean? They traded for some players. They got Mixon. They got, they built up their team. Danielle Hunter. But at the same time, Texas was dog shit, a trash heap before, Stroud, got on there. And then the whole office, too. Remember the whole office with what's his name? The former coach, Brian, who was it from? He was a Patriots tree. Brian, the coach, whatever. But basically, the Texans were a dumpster fucking fire. And all of a sudden, they're taking off. Now, Commanders, same thing. Dumpster fire. Owner was a piece of shit. Sold the team. And now, look at the Commanders now.
So I'm saying Raiders need to tank. Raiders need to tank for Cam Ward, dude.
Oh, that's what I meant. Bill O'Brien. From Bill O'Brien. That Texans front office and coaching was horrible. And all of a sudden,
I also think D'Amico had a lot to do with it because D'Amico Ryans is a good fucking coach, dude.
Yeah, he is. He was a hell of a player too.
He was a hell of a player. He was a hell of a defensive coordinator in San Francisco, and now he's a head coach and he's successful. The dude's a good coach.
He is, and then Dan Quinn doing a hell of a job. You know what I mean? Dan Quinn, people were like giving up on Dan Quinn, and all of a sudden, look at him. He's doing a pretty hell of a job there.
Well,
and what's crazy is how much they're winning right now. Like the Commanders on paper, their roster, like they shouldn't be winning as much as they are right now.
Yeah,
like they still got some pieces to some holes to fill. So if they draft as well as they did this last year, next year, like, dude, the Commanders are going to be contenders, bro. Like,
they didn't even change as much. Like the only pieces that they picked up was old ass Eckler that's still doing some shit. You know what I mean? Like they didn't really change as far as just the quarterback and a couple pieces. That's it. You know what I mean? And then
coaches and everything,
and the
right?
run they're going on right now.
Yeah, so imagine if they upgrade their offensive line this year.
He said,
Yeah. He was just yawning.
he was just
No. Later.
Commanders ain't wow. The Commanders are
Hi.
yeah,
He's
their
a
defense is playing
there.
solid. They're not.
Never
You
get
know,
there.
I don't know if they're going to be 12-5.
I have to put it in here.
Yeah, 12-5 is a little bit of stretch.
I think they might win their division, though.
they're going to win their division.
That would be better.
Really,
That would be better.
that's
Thank you.
They're a team that a lot of teams don't want to see right now. They're playing really good football. He won't choke to the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's right.
and won't choke till the Super Bowl, till the playoffs.
Oh wait,
I don't think they're going to.
Playoffs.
I don't think they're going to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't
but
see them in the Super Bowl.
he was the defensive coordinator of the vaunted Dallas Cowboys that we dismantled in the playoffs. So you know,
I still think, despite the coaching problems, I still think the Eagles are a better team. You know what I mean?
really, you think they're gonna?
They might have the better roster, but I would argue to say that the Commanders have the better team as an entire unit, including the coaching staff into it.
Yeah, but I'm like saying I get that, but I'm saying like when it comes to postseason play, the Eagles will beat the Commanders if it comes down to that. You know what I mean? Like the Eagles are that talented on their
They
roster.
better hope they get a wild card then, because it looks like Commanders are running away with that division.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are, bro.
Hey, sometimes you know what I mean. Sometimes you know the team looks good, but then that experience, right? Eagles have that experience. You know,
Hey Jay, you see Dom there?
Nothing beats experience. Nothing beats experience. That's what it is.
The Falcons are going to be one and done, dude.
The dirty bird boy there. He only shows when their team wins, man.
Hey.
They're going to win their division,
That's
but
all
they're
the
going to
time,
be one
right?
and done, dude.
Why do you think? Why do you think we can't see Dominic from the neck down? You know, he's got that Kirko chain on. You know,
Man, it'll be heavy. It'll be heavy. We get them grills next.
Wow.
Yeah, the sad thing is, when Dom's getting these grills, it's not going to be for his mouth; it's going to be for his ass lips.
Yeah, you watch your mouth. You can't let that secret out. Oh, fuck, I am tired.
So quick before we got to shut down for the day. Quick, how you guys feel about your team so far? Go around the horn.
We'll start with Joe.
Tank for Cam Ward, baby.
Oh,
all right. Well, we might as well go with the half a ghost Dom.
Well, I mean, Kirko chain, baby. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. 6-3. I'm feeling good.
Division.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go next. Trade for EJ Speed.
Yeah. I think Jordan Love will settle down, relax, people. We're good. We were 3-6 at this point last year. We're 6-3. We're already better.
You're ahead of this. You're ahead.
Yeah. What I'm gonna say is we're finally gonna hopefully get Love fully healthy, and once he's fully healthy, we'll start to get a lot of these kinks out of the offense ironed out, and we'll start to see what it looked like towards the end of last year. We had everything go right for us last year. Things aren't going so right now, but it's a learning experience from them.
Get a little Gerari. I can't even say his name right. A little Jari.
And on all these wonderful takes, we want to thank you guys for watching. Especially thanks all you guys for taking your time to comment. Well, enjoy your morning, and as always, go Pack Go.
There's no sweat.
Total Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villain Report, and Red Zone Rant. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla,